Okay, this is lesson 12.1. We're going to be factoring. Go ahead and do the warm-ups. Pause the video, do the warm-ups, and then go ahead and start the video again. Okay, here we are going to multiply the two binomials. The x has to be multiplied everything in the second binomial, and the 6 has to be multiplied to everything in the second binomial. X times x is x squared minus 3x plus 6x minus 18. X squared plus 3x minus 18 is your answer. 5 minus 5 is 0, so I'm going to add vertically. 5x equals negative 5. I divide by 5, x equals negative 1. I substitute back negative 1 in for either x. I'm going to use this one right here. So I get 3 times negative 1 plus 5y equals 14. Negative 3 plus 5y equals 14. 5y equals 17. Y equals 17 over 5. Then I have to put my answer as an ordered pair. Negative 1, 17 over 5. Okay, number 3. I can tell which of the following is equivalent to. I can tell they want me to isolate the b because if I look at every single answer, the b is isolated. In order to isolate the b, I'm going to have to add c and 3d and then divide by 2. The only one that does that is c. Negative 3x is greater than 12. X is less than negative 4. C. Okay, we need to factor something out. What do both of these two numbers have in common? Well, obviously it's a 2. But before we get into that one, I want to look at number 8. I'm going to show you how to do a more complex problem, then we're going to go back and look at the simpler ones. So I need to know what number can go into 52, 26, and 39 evenly. And I need the highest number that can go into those three numbers evenly. So I'll be honest, off the top of my head, I don't know. So this is how you do it. Take your 52, you take your 26, you take your 39, and you're going to list your multiples. Now, you've done this in grade school. I'm sure you were shown how to do it. I'm going to go ahead and review it. When you list your multiples, you always start with 1. So now I've given you a starting point. 1 times what gives you 52? Of course, the answer is 1 times 52 gives you 52. Then you move on to 2. 2 times 26 gives you 52. Then you move on to 3. Can 3 go into 52? I don't know. So I get a calculator. 52 divided by 3 equals, nope, it's a fraction. 3 can't go. What about 4? 52 divided by 4 equals, yep, 4 times 13. Do I need to keep going? Yes. I'll tell you when you can stop. I know 5 can't go into 52. Can 6? Nope. 52 divided by 7? Nope. 52 divided by 8? Nope. 52 divided by 9? Nope. I'm using my calculator to see if these numbers work. I know 10 doesn't work. I know 11 doesn't work. 52 divided by 12 equals, no. My next number is 13, but guess what? I already have 13. When you get back to a number that you already have listed, you can stop. Okay? So now I go to 26. Start with 1. Go to 2. Uh-oh, there's 13 and 13. But let's still try. 3 cannot go in. 4, what about 4? 26 divided by 4 equals, nope. I know 5 can't. I know 6 can't. I know 7 can't. I know 8 can't. I know 9 can't. I know 10 cannot. I know 11 won't. Let's try 12. Nope. 13. Will 13 work? Yes, it will, because right here is 13, so I'm done. Now, both of these numbers have a 13 as the greatest common factor. So I'm just going to see if 39 divided by 13 works. 39 divided by 13 equals 3. 3 times 13. So guess what? 13 is my greatest common factor. What does that mean? That means I'm going to divide all of these by 13. I can divide a 13 out of all of these numbers. Okay? Now, do they all have x's in common? Yes. 1x, 3x, 7x. They all have at least 1x. So I can actually divide 13x out of all of them. Okay? So now I put 13x and then my parentheses. 52 divided by 13 is 4. When you divide like bases, you subtract the exponents. 7 minus 1 is 6, x to the 6th, minus 2x squared plus 3. I don't have an x on the 3 because these x's will cancel. That is how you factor out the greatest common factor from 52, negative 26, and 39. Notice how I kept my negative inside my parentheses. That's why this does not change signs. Okay? That's why the 13 stayed positive. Okay, let's go back and let's look at number 1. What's the highest number that can go into 2 and 4 evenly? Well, if your lowest number goes into all the other numbers, that's your greatest common factor. Can 2 go into 4 evenly? 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So my greatest common factor is 2. Does the 4 have an x? No. So I can't take an x out, so that's x to the 3rd plus 2. This is how it works. You don't have to do this step. But then when I distribute, I get back to my original answer. 2 times 1 is 2, x to the 3rd. 2 times 2 is 4. I get back to my original answer. Okay? That's all we're doing. So I look here. Will 12 go into 36? Take my lowest number, see if it goes into my other numbers. Yes, it will. So my greatest common factor is 12. Cannot take out an x, x to the 8th minus 3. Because 12 times minus 3 is minus 36. Let's look at number 4. What happens when there's no number that goes into both 7 and 15 evenly. So I can't take a number out, but look, I have 4 x's and 6 x's, which means I can take 4 x's out, which gives me 7x squared minus 15. Okay? Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to come in and ask. Have a great day. Are you kidding me?